Welcome to Breaking the Vow on Strong Island Radio. This is a show where we turn pain into power and find recovery after divorce, separation, and breakups. This is where we push the emotional hang-ups to the side and create a plan to reach our best possible potential. This is where the next chapter starts and how the healing begins. So let's welcome your hosts, Theresa D. and Benny the Life Coach.
And here we are with another edition of Breaking the Vow. I am Benny the Life Coach, and with me, as always, is
Theresa D.
So today's show is special.
Yes, it is.
What would you say the most important job for a woman is?
Well, if you're a mom, then being a mom.
Being a mom, and we talk about marriage, we talk about life,
Yes.
we talk about motherhood, fatherhood.
All those things.
I brought in a very special guest who I have the utmost respect for a lot of reasons. So, folks, this is going to be a powerful show.
Yeah.
This is going to be get the
tissues. Yeah.
Because my friend here, I'd like you to do me a favor, please, sweet. Can you just if you can introduce yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm Gia Cuccaro, and I'm a mom. I will always be a mom.
Yeah.
Although I did lose
You
my
are.
child to addiction.
Uh-huh.
So, now I'm just carrying on a message for her about overdose awareness. And, I mean, that's really my existence now.
So you and I, it's weird, we grew up in the same neighborhood. We grew up around the same people, same knucklehead kids, same
Yeah.
crazy environment. We're not going to talk about Crazy Eddie or any of that, but
Ah!
only a few people will remember.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part is, we grew up around the same circle of influence, and, we definitely had our party days. Would that be accurate to say? So we did, right?
Oh, my God, yes.
And, relationships from the neighborhood were different because when you met somebody, well, you were with someone for a long time from when you were younger, correct?
Yes, Lou Camissa was his name. Him I started dating in high school, and we continued until I was about 23, 24.
Okay. Now, so what was your I'm scared to ask. What was teenage life like for us around our neighborhood?
Oh, crazy.
You were in her neighborhood?
Yeah, we grew up around the same people, same crazy stuff.
Really?
Yeah. The street lights come on, it's time to go home. I mean,
Yes.
that's how it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Ran
My
no
neighborhood too,
internet,
same thing.
None of the internet, the running the streets
Yeah.
all night, the sump, hanging out in the sump. I think of
Yes.
it now, how disgusting.
Yes.
Right.
We did. We hung out in sumps. We hung out in dead ends,
Yeah.
Vacant lots, bowling alleys, parking lots,
Yeah.
behind high schools, of course. I have some memories that I can't really remember too well, but I know I was there.
I'm sure you can't.
I think that's the best way to say it. I know I was there. I just don't remember it well. And it was fun. So like we had this I guess need to be that kid that moving 1,000 miles an hour. We were definitely on the go, right? I mean, how would you call it?
Oh, yeah, always. I was the star of the basketball team, but I was also smoking pot on the bleachers.
There
I love that.
you go.
So, yeah.
And it's interesting, when people grow up in a way, you don't really think adult life is real.
No, you don't, because you're a kid.
Yeah, well, the idea of a future doesn't exist because you got like a million. You have a plethora of tomorrows.
Yes.
So you can go out, drink, and be crazy and make all the mistakes you want because what's the difference?
Right.
Right.
And so it's weird because now that we're older, we look back at the things we did. So if you were to look back at like your junior high school pictures, for say, and you saw that young person and you were like, do you know what I was doing at that time? Like I have a picture of me.
The shenanigans didn't start for me until high school. You were what? Elementary school?
Kinda, yeah. I was young. Yeah, I was
I
young.
middle school for me, middle school.
No, yeah, I mean, so the first time I remember this kid, my son, who had slept at my house, and we, I guess it was
You
like
knocked over a gas station? What?
Not yet, not yet. That was when we were older. But we, I guess it was New Year's, and everyone else was drinking. So like, well, this makes sense. And I remember drinking and throwing up out my window. Sure.
That's nice.
Well, it made sense because I thought this is what you were
Makes
supposed to do.
Sense. The blueprint.
Yeah.
Right, right. That was my blueprint. Adults do it. If they're doing it, if it's bad, then why are they doing it? And they're supposed to be smarter and know.
Right. I used to steal pot from my parents. I figured out the code to their safe, and I every day took it.
That's great.
I put iced tea in the Jack Daniels bottle, so they
Sure.
wouldn't know.
Oh my God! I
My
never
father
used that one. I
passed away.
probably should have.
My father passed away 10 years ago. My mother said, "Yeah, I don't drink this. Do you want it?" I said, "Ma, how old is that?" Well, it was the one with iced tea.
It was all
Oh
iced tea.
my God! You know, when I stopped drinking, they asked me if when I went into treatment, and they asked me if I drank mixed drinks. So I said yes, and they're like, "Well, what was your drink of choice?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Well, you said you drank mixed drinks. Which one was it?" And I said, "Well, I'm young. I can't go to a bar or to a liquor store. So when I would break into someone's liquor cabinet, I would mix everything into
When
a
I would
canister and
break, do
drink
you hear
out."
yourself? When I would break into someone's liquor cabinet.
Well, I wasn't making historic choices. Like I was not like making. I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
clearly,
Apparently.
and I was young, you know. But there was a culture. I think, gee, nothing. Didn't we
What do
grow
you
up?
mean? The culture of being
Well,
a drunk?
Well, I don't know. I think there was something to being tough and crazy and being in as much trouble as possible. For some reason, there was a glory to people that destroyed their brain cells.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I always tell when you have these speakers come into schools and they talk about who they are and what they did, I caution that. Because you have a kid sitting in that classroom who's going to think you're a freaking rock star.
Right.
And
want to do that.
I never talk about the drugs I did when I do classroom presentations.
I'm proud of you for that.
I don't talk about crimes. I talk about how I felt. I talk about what motivated me. I talk about why I was angry. But, you know, I've seen what happens when you glorify something.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, and
We had a list, Ben. I don't know if you remember in high school that was posted at the main office every morning. If your name was on that list, you had to spend the day in the pit, which was in school suspension. Well, to be on that list, you were almost looked up to.
Yep.
Which, meanwhile, you're on the list because you did something wrong.
Right.
Right.
People looked at us like, oh, they're on, they must be cool. They're on the list.
Yeah, they're tough.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
We never had that list.
No, so it was such a strange time. I think that there's a lot of insecurity when you're young, and there's a lot of insecurity when you're older too. People forget that. And this is your training ground. This is where you're taught to compete. And something we do, it's called othering. Othering is when this is your crowd and the other crowd is not deserving or less than. So there were the jocks and then there were the burnouts.
Yeah.
And there were different crowds, and we would other people, and we would create this sort of image, and it was used really to protect who we are. And that was very
Wow.
common in our neighborhood. I think that we grew up in a good, normal, average, everyday, dysfunctional neighborhood, and there were people that didn't get in trouble. I remember saying, everybody does it, and then I remember a teacher saying, no, everybody you know does that.
Right.
But that's not true. So optics is everything. The way we saw things, the way we visualized and viewed the world.
Yeah.
We didn't know. So, you know, there is some sort of rite of passage that happens when you're young, and there's different ones. We chose ours. I guess, Gia, wouldn't that be fair to say?
100%.
You know, and listen, it's not to say that some of it wasn't crazy, or all of it wasn't crazy. It's also not to say that some of it wasn't fun,
Right.
but it was troublesome.
Yeah.
I mean, at a young age, we lost friends
Oh, yeah. I remember. It was horrifying.
to stupid, crazy
We were doing
things.
the same things they were doing.
Right. But at some point, we grew up, And then all of a sudden, we're adults now.
No, you're not.
I am far from an adult, but I'm working on it.
No, you're not.
I work on being an adult. I'm working on it.
You got a 15-year-old boy.
But I'm a mature 15-year-old boy. I'm a 15-year-old mature boy who's a life coach. But I think I'm a realist.
Yes, I would say that.
Ooh, like I've been coughing, so I'm fine now. Everyone know I'm healthy. Don't worry about it. It's not a COVID thing. But they're like, drink tea with lemon and honey, and it tastes god awful.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I love tea with
I'm
lemon
really
and
not.
honey.
Do you?
Yes.
I don't like this.
Why? Just
well,
drink it.
I'm
It's good
doing
for
it because
your
you're
throat.
making me.
I don't like the lemon in there, no.
It's good for your
Yes.
throat.
She put like five of them in there. It's a little too hard. All right, we're gonna go to a commercial break, and then I want to talk about your introduction to momhood.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So,
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are
All
you
right,
ready
good.
for this?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy for me to be ready for it because I was never a mom.
Yeah.
So then there's that.
Right.
Well, listen. This is why I firmly believe women take pain better than men.
They do.
Childbirth.
Yeah.
If it was left up to us, we would have gone extinct a long time ago.
My daughter's father said my daughter came walking out. I was 10 centimeters in high school. Oops.
Oh my God. Oof.
Yeah.
She did. It was an easy pregnancy. So I don't know.
Neither do I. But I'll tell you what. We're going to be back in a couple of seconds. Let's just take a quick break.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year, when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant.
Advanced protection wrap
Yes.
is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome.
And we're back.
We are back. By the way, guys, there's things that you don't know hear off air. And
There's things that happen.
there are things that happen, and sometimes it's Theresa, like, you're bringing it back this time. I'm not doing it. I'll let you know when I'm ready. So then I go, okay, but everyone likes when you say, and we're back. And you go, okay, and we're back. Now you talk. So
Right.
it's as if I don't shut up anyway.
Right.
But, all right, so Gia, now here's the question. You're a mom, right?
Yes.
When did you become a mom?
When I was 25.
Okay. Tell us
Nice.
about that.
Well, it was a surprise.
Okay.
It was, I had a few boyfriends actually at the time.
Okay.
Still living the wild life. I hadn't quite grown up yet. Found out I was pregnant. I was already 6 months pregnant when I found out. So there was no choices to be made. I was having a baby.
Okay.
Turned
Wow.
out to be the biggest blessing in my life. She was my world. But yeah, it was an oops. And it was, you're having a baby because you're 6 months pregnant. I said, what? And sure enough, so in my mind, I was really only pregnant for 3 months because I didn't know about the other 6.
Okay.
The scary part was during that 6 months, I went through Halloween, a Thanksgiving, a Christmas, a New Year's, all doing things that a pregnant woman should never do. So
Okay.
thank God that my daughter was okay.
Right.
Yeah, that was it was scary. I was
Of course.
not ready.
It had
I wasn't
to be.
ready. Even at 25, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone is
and-
ever really ready
Right. Yeah.
because your life
yeah.
is about to change
Yeah.
in ways that you could not possibly imagine. So first off, I mean, listen, one thing I tell men about when they're about to have a child with a woman, obviously, is listen, women go through changes after childbirth. The best idea for the man to do is to learn to evolve with those changes. My mistake as a father and an ex-husband is I didn't learn how to evolve very well with my daughter's mother, and that created problems down the line. And we have a famous line here: is "fess up when you mess up," and that was on me. There's things that were on me. I don't claim to be the perfect anything. I only claim to be real and human. Now, you were with somebody at that time, though, correct? You tried to raise your daughter.
Yes.
What was that like?
Yes. We stayed together for 10 years. His name was Brian from Levittown. He was,
Brian,
we were
I
actually
love
on a
that
dart team together. We played darts on a dart team and, drinking was involved and all
Sure.
that. It was a fun, crazy time. And yeah, we tried to make it work, but nah, we're better off as friends. And to this day, we're still the best of friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So then after Brian, there was,
Brian. Then came Ed. Now,
Ed.
Ed was the love of my life still to this day.
okay.
And I was with him for 16 years, and he had 3 children he had custody of. So I raised them from very young until today, and I'm still very close with his children today. They call me mom. I'm their mom.
Okay.
You're the only mom they've ever known?
Now, they have a real mom, but she was not around
Okay.
through the younger years. She was gone having babies with 100 people.
Okay.
So I was mom to them, and it was rough, but we did it. I had my
Right.
daughter, his 3 kids. I raised 4 kids, basically.
Right.
So it was rough. And again, Ed was the love of my life. He just got into an accident, became addicted to medication, drinking, all that. I couldn't take it anymore. So we really didn't end it. What happened was my mother passed away, and I came to Florida to make the arrangements for her. And at that moment, I said, I'm not going back. I'm staying in Florida. I'm not going back to New York. And that's exactly what I did. So that was the end of Ed and I, because I made that decision to stay here. And as crazy as it sounds, it's almost like my mother died for a reason. Because if she hadn't, I'd still be with him
You'd still
today.
be there, yeah.
And now he had his foot cut off. He's got 1 leg from an infection. He's still living that life in an active addiction. I would be feeling him around in a wheelchair. So
Right.
my mother died and saved me from him.
Yes.
So now before his accident
Yeah.
and before the medication,
Oh, he was wonderful.
right? So that really changed him.
Oh, it changed him drastically.
So the
yeah.
opiate epidemic,
That's what caused it. Yeah.
right?
100%.
So I'm going to ask you a question. I'd like you to tell me if this sounds accurate to you.
Sure.
You remember the mortgage crisis. Now,
I do.
So the market was flooded with mortgages. Everybody, I mean, you could robo-sign. You could be
Like
making
Gia
$25,000 a year and get a mortgage for $1 million home.
Yeah.
Yep, don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Approved. We'll figure it out later.
You don't have a job? No problem.
Yeah,
Right.
No, we don't even have to check. No credit check. No worries. And then the world became flooded with this problem, and we tried to how to figure out how to get out of this problem.
Yes.
It is my belief, and I want to ask this to you: the mortgage that being flooded with the mortgages. I think the opiate epidemic was not much different, because we have this drug. It's not addicting. It's not addictive. We're going to flood the market with it. They made a lot of money on that drug.
Of course.
Now,
Big pharma.
well, right. So now, after the market was flooded with these medications that are supposed to be the new best thing, what happened? Where was the bailout then?
The aftermath.
Right.
Now we're dealing with the aftermath, just
Yeah.
like we were for the mortgage crisis. That's a great
Exactly.
comparison.
Thank you. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to ask.
Sometimes you make sense, Ben.
It absolutely makes
Sometimes.
sense. And only because I worked for real estate attorneys my whole life. I'm a
Yeah.
paralegal, and that was a big, huge disturbance in my life. I mean, when that happened with the mortgage crisis.
So,
So yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, now
Yeah.
and people are still dealing with the aftermath of that.
Yes.
And now we're dealing with the aftermath of the big pharma.
Yeah.
I don't see any of these things ending. I think there's always going to be someone looking for the next best thing. But what happens is that next best thing isn't always so best, and the next
Right.
best thing can become catastrophic. For
Yeah,
example, the thousands of people that die each year due to an opiate-related death. I think this year might be it's over 86,000 in the
Yeah,
last 10 months.
93, I think. 93.
Last time I checked was 86, and I stopped looking because I don't really need to know. I just know it happens. And as a matter of fact, they still don't talk about people that die due to alcohol-related deaths, which is a bigger number,
Yep.
Sure.
and no one talks about it.
Yeah.
We come from generations of excess. Just keep throwing money at it, throw more at it, and then what happens? Well, we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes what actually does happen from that. Now, we are people that naturally want to feel better.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be in pain.
No.
So, what do you think the gateway drug is? Or what were we told the gateway drug is?
We're told it's marijuana.
Would you say that?
We're
marijuana?
told it's alcohol. We're told that it's anything numbing.
I really think it. Why isn't it aspirin? Aspirin's a drug. If you take it, you feel better.
Coffee, smoking.
Sure. All of these things.
Chocolate. I want you to know chocolate. It affects the same hormones or whatever in your brain as opioids.
So now, so here's something interesting. Now, when a child, an infant cries, what do? We put what do we put in an infant's mouth?
Pacifier.
A binky,
Right away, or a bottle.
a
something.
pacifier,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So we are trained since birth to seek something external to solve some sort of internal discomfort.
Yeah.
So for me, when people tell me it's alcohol or it's weed or it's anything else, I say, well, why isn't it the pacifier? Because it's not fixing the problem.
Right.
It's only pacifying the problem for a temporary
Band-Aid.
stay.
Right.
Think of it this way.
Band-Aid.
Those pain kills, they don't fix the problem. They mask the pain.
Right.
And in the aftermath, they create more pain, which, hint, hint, folks, after we come back from commercial, we're going to learn a little bit about that pain.
Yeah.
Now, I'm blessed because I know Gia, and I how we found each other and connected is very important to me, because there are things that I would like to pay back for that I still have on my heart. And there are things and there are friends that I will never, ever see again unless I'm dreaming.
Right.
And, it was, I'm driving from Middletown. I had to go buy some stuff for Christmas. And I'm driving from Middletown, and I get a call from a mutual friend of ours. And the day was Thanksgiving. And the news that I got on that Thanksgiving is not news that anyone should get ever, let alone on special days that is intended for family. And I'm blessed that I'm blessed for this reason that I've been put in connection with you, G. Just so I'm
Guys, I
letting you
lost
know.
you.
No, you're still there. You're still there. We hear you. We got you. So all right, we're gonna go to do a commercial, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna talk about hashtag the Fight for Elexis.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year, when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather-resistant. It's
Advanced Protection Wrap
Yes.
is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, you know, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. And we're back, and this time I got to say, ooh, cutting corners here. I slid in there.
Yeah.
See that? All right. Can you tell me, G, what is hashtag the Fight for Elexis?
Well, my daughter was Alexis. Died of a drug overdose on Thanksgiving Day. She was clean. She had about 6 months under her belt. She's been struggling with that for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She was clean. Of course, she thought she had one more go at it. All it takes is one time. And at 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving morning, a.m., my hand was literally inside the turkey as I was cleaning it. And knock at the door, police. I actually thought when I opened that door, oh my God, did I do something wrong? Like, I didn't think it was my daughter because she was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh my God, what did I do?
Right.
That's just where my mind went. And then when they said, are you Alexis's mother? Well, yeah, I don't need to tell you. It was the worst day of my life. It's like right out of the movies. You get that knock at the door. I mean,
Right.
Of course, needless to say, I'll never look at a turkey again.
Right.
Right.
And then was lucky that I had some neighbors in the building that I'm friendly with. You know, they saw the police here, so of course they came down. And I mean, I had support immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Grateful for.
Which is important.
But, you know, she died. And then every morning thereafter, you know, you don't want to wake up.
Right.
You don't. And the Fight for Elexis is just something I started. It's right now just a hashtag. I'd like to start with a nonprofit and all that stuff. You know, something I'm working on, but it's just to raise awareness and in my daughter's name. So that's really what my existence is now. That's all I care about. I just want to help others. So many of her friends have reached out to me that I never knew them, but you know, she made a big difference in a lot of people's lives.
Yeah,
she was a sponsor to many. She was in the church, very active. She was, you know, she was a mentor to so many. And the reason they're alive, they tell me, is because of her. So I just have to keep her memory alive. And I do that with this Fight for Elexis thing. Right now, it's just internet, social media, stuff like that. But I do intend on, you know, growing that.
Well, whatever your intention is, I can say that it was inspirational to me. I can say that it was inspirational to a lot of people in the neighborhood. And one of the things that it created is a sense of connectivity between people that didn't even really know each other.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
I know someone specifically who was doing crazy little food challenges
Yeah.
on Facebook just to make a certain person laugh.
He is doing a great job at that. We're due for another.
Yeah, I haven't done them in a while, but yeah, that was, you know, we were going through such a hard time, and you know, one thing I talk about a lot, and actually, I think, Gia, you were actually at one of my presentations that was a Zoom meeting.
Yes, I joined some of them often. I've done a couple more where you're not in it.
No. I only go when I'm invited.
Right.
And you know they're great, and it's you know the purpose for that group is the purpose for that group. It's not my group to run, so
Right.
that's. But I enjoy doing that. But the one thing that I think people don't understand is there are certain things that happen in life that no words anyone can say.
There are no words.
No.
And yet
There
people,
just are no words. You can't. There are no words. What do you even say?
Yeah, but people seem to think they can
Right.
have the brilliant mind that they're going to tell you something that A, you never heard before, but
Right.
but B, and more importantly, nothing anyone's going to say is going to
Right.
make a parent forget.
No, absolutely
About
not.
what
If I hear they're in a better place one
Right.
more time.
Right.
One more time. The better place
Right.
is with me.
Yes.
Don't tell me they're in a better place.
Exactly.
A better place would be dinner time, my house.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Exactly. The better place would be leaving a shitload of dishes in my sink.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be a better place.
Yeah.
I would-
Making a mess of my house.
Yes.
I would take the worst day with the friends that I lost back over than anything else. And to say they're in a better place, you know, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know,
But as far as addiction and whatnot, I just have to say that there was my daughter's relapse before this one that killed her. I was on her way driving her to detox. She said, "Mom, you better pull over and get out of the car and take a walk." I said, "Why?" "Because I still have a little left and I don't want to do it in front of you." Do you know that I got out of the car and I walked around the block? What do you do?
Right.
Right.
That's how strong this drug is. You know, I don't want to do it in front of you. She had a little left before I dropped her off, and she had to get it in. And that's when she was clean for 6 months after that. But then Thanksgiving happened.
So
It's just crazy.
So heroin is
Fentanyl. She was ordering fentanyl. It wasn't even heroin. It wasn't fentanyl
straight
by
up
accident.
fentanyl. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Fentanyl.
Oh.
So first of all,
That's what she ordered.
let's be clear though. The fentanyl that you hear everyone overdosing, it is not the pharmaceutical.
No,
Brand.
illicit fentanyl.
It's black market stuff. It is not the same. People are like, oh yeah, I was getting the patches. It's not the same. It's
No.
not the same. It is not the same. Anyone that tells you it is the same, do a little research. First off,
They're buying pills on the internet and dying.
yeah,
Right.
so our country, I will say this, our country makes up 5% of the entire global population. We use more than 85% of the world's opiates and like 99% of the OxyContin. This is what happens when you come from generations of excess. So
Well, let me tell you that just quickly. I was on OxyContin after a knee replacement, and I became addicted to it. But the thing is, with us, Ben, growing up, heroin was the worst thing you could do. Like, we would never, that bums on the street are doing heroin. We would never
Right.
do that. That was
Right.
the worst thing in the world. But I'll tell you, if it was part of this, if heroin was part of my generation, there's no doubt I would have went to it after they took me off the pills. After the doctor stopped prescribing me the pills, there's no doubt if it was part of our generation growing up, I would be right away addicted to heroin.
so
But it was so scary to us.
we
Yes.
had the we were around the crack epidemic. Unfortunately
Yeah.
for me, opiates and heroin was what
Yeah.
was, crack and heroin was what did me in towards the end. I am very fortunate that I got cleaned up young,
Yeah.
because when I came back and I saw all our old friends, I came home, I'm cleaned up. I didn't look anything like I looked like before, and I'm seeing people and I'm like, they're walking around like zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
I
Gray,
mean,
gray. They look
Yeah.
gray.
yeah,
Very gray.
yeah, it was very difficult to see.
Yeah.
And when I remember, like I said, I was driving home from a place in Middletown, New York, and I was driving home, and a mutual friend of ours, Pam,
Yeah. She told you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then ever since then, you and I have been checking in on each other.
Yeah, but I had called you, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago asking you to help me out with my daughter. She's
I remember the messages back and forth. Yes.
Yeah, but she wasn't ready then.
No.
That's what came of that.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, and we have imperfections in our treatment system. Especially with COVID at the start of shutdown, I got someone to agree to treatment. He left the streets of Patterson, went to a place. I got him a place in a detox in the Bronx. Then went to inpatient. He was supposed to be there for 30 days. He was there for like 12. COVID's coming on like gangbusters. They go, hey, you got a house, right? You got a place to go. He's like, yeah, sure. You want to go home? Yeah, sure. Know where he is now? He's dead.
Ugh.
Yep.
So I ran a program in a jail, which I don't talk about which one, but I ran a program in a jail, and they let a lot of people out because of
Right.
COVID. They're dead.
Yeah.
So the numbers of people passing away aren't going down.
No, they're going up.
They're going up. So we're obviously doing something. We're almost romanticizing the tragedies, and we're not talking about the upside or the empowerment or the encouragement of what happens when you clean up. All this shame and fear-based logic is illogical and not working. So,
Right.
I mean, listen,
Gia, have you talked to your local congressman or anybody about doing something in honor of the hashtag?
Yes, I have actually. I've been on the news many times here in Florida.
Okay, good.
I have, Jason Pizzo. He's a senator here in Florida, and he's a good friend of mine. So he's been guiding me along. I've done a couple of news things, and I'm going to be in the Miami Herald actually Thursday.
Excellent. Excellent.
And so
that raises awareness.
Yes, exactly. That's all I can do now. That's all I want to do.
and I'm
Right.
glad that Theresa mentioned that, because when you said hashtag the Fight For Elexis is just a hashtag fight
It's
for...
really not.
It's not.
Right. It's not just a hashtag.
Because I know a lot of moms that after this happened, they sat in their house and they didn't come out and they couldn't fight back.
Yeah,
You
I can't.
are acting like you are the voice for them.
Yes.
And I got to
can't
applaud
do
that.
I can't do that. I mean, sadly, my livelihood is at jeopardy. But I'm hoping to find a job where I can work in treatment somehow.
Yeah.
And help people that way. But yeah, I mean, that's what I wake up and do every day.
Well-
Just recently, my granddaughter moved here from New York, so I'm caring for her now. and that's amazing because she is the clone of my daughter.
She
and
is.
I'm lucky. Screaming in the
Yeah.
other room right now.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break real quick and come right
And we'll
back.
be right back.
Okay.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out,
Okay.
and I realized that last year when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions. He
It
actually
holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant. It's the
advanced
best.
protection wrap
Yes.
is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, you know, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead, no, you go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go ahead. G, no, wait, G, you go ahead.
Gee, you go ahead.
All right. All right. So again, as far as the Fight for Elexis, I'm going to make this huge. I plan on billboards, everything. I mean, this is the goal. This is all I'm doing. I wake up, I breathe, sweat, cry, tears for the Fight for Elexis, my daughter.
Yeah.
I have to do it for her. I know that she's proud of me because
Of
she doesn't
course.
want this. You know, she was very helpful to many people, and that was her passion. This was an accident.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, the Fight for Elexis, the Fight for Elexis. It's a hashtag, the Fight for Elexis. You click on it, you can just see all the stories, and there's many people that have wrote within the hashtag Fight for Elexis about the stories of my daughter and how wonderful she was to them, and how because of her they're still here and they're still fighting. And,
Right.
I mean, it's all over. I've sent.
So you helped
bracelets
without
out.
even knowing she's
Yeah.
helping without even knowing she's helping. I mean, she knows it,
Exactly.
but
Right. Exactly. And that's all. I just
Right.
I just want to make her proud and in her memory. I mean, that's all I
Yes.
can do.
See,
Yeah.
well, we call this block, which no one else gets. This fourth block is called a constructive conclusion, and my trusted co-host here, or whatever, or I'm hers. I don't know what that is, but and Bobby, the producer, and laughing at me in the other room right
Yeah.
now. I call it blocks. I don't know. People
Yeah,
call it
no
segments.
one-
I have my own mental illness.
No one
but
gets
we
you.
call this. No one gets me. I'm understanding of that, but we call this we end it with constructive conclusion. So I think some of the most constructive things come from tragedy. For example, you had mentioned about your grandchildren.
Yes.
So tell us about your grandchildren.
Well, I have two. One lives in Maryland with her grandmother.
Okay.
Sadly, her father also passed away from an overdose 9 months previous. That was my daughter's boyfriend.
Right.
He passed away 9 months before my daughter of a drug overdose. They shared a child together. That's my granddaughter in Maryland. Her name is Madeline, and she's just a joy. She is 5.
Okay.
And then I have Avery, who's my 8-year-old granddaughter, who lives now here in Florida with her father. And they live 4 minutes away from me. So now I basically take her to school every day. I pick her up and have her and yell at her. I clean up with her.
All right,
But
yeah.
I'm very lucky now because if it wasn't, I can't say that I would be above scratch.
All right, so we're having a little
Audio
problem,
That's
but
because the same thing happened.
that is because this is what happens when we're talking about real heartful moments. But it's there's tragedy that happens, and there's really only one choice: either you let it define you, or you allow yourself to define a new moment. And oh wait, Gia, you back?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Come back again. So we lost you for a second. Tell us again what you were saying.
My granddaughter?
Yeah.
All right, well, I have one. Did you hear the part about the one
Yes.
in Maryland?
Yes.
Okay, so sadly, she lost both her mother and father to addiction. Same disease, same drug of choice, the whole thing. Once that, her father died, my daughter, of course, was a struggle. That was the love of her life. So that's Madeline. She's 5 in Maryland. I have my 8-year-old here with me now in Florida, my 8-year-old granddaughter. Her father and her moved here, 4 minutes away from me.
Nice.
So I do the whole take her to school, pick her up, homework, all the good stuff like that. And I do that daily. So if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be above ground right now. No, really, because she's a clone of my daughter. I'm blessed that she's here with me every day and I get to see her and spend time with her and hug her and love her because she's my world.
Yeah.
See, one thing I love about that is you created a purpose.
Right.
Now, the absence of a child is a void that's unfillable.
Yeah, it's not.
You can't repair that. But you decided to allow this purpose, being a grandmother, hashtag the Fight For Elexis. You have allowed that to sort of push you forward.
Yeah.
And give you a sense of direction. Doesn't mean you don't hurt, right? I mean, you still feel the pain. Especially we're coming into, the anniversary.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
Yeah, don't remind her.
Well,
She already knows.
No, every day I wake up, it's a day
know.
closer, and I get panicky and all that. I go.
Well, we
through that.
talked about this on the phone, you and I. So there's a scene from a show, and I remember it, and I relate to it very well. So there was in the scene, talks about someone who lost I think they lost their leg, and when he dreams about running and dancing and doing whatever he is. And each morning when he wakes up, he realizes and relives the fact that he lost part of his leg. Right. And there was a connection between that and a man who lost his child, because he goes, I dream about my son every night. And every time I wake up, it's like reliving the loss all over again.
Mm.
True. Very true with child loss as well.
Yeah.
You wake up and it's like, oh, it's not a dream. It's not a nightmare. It's real.
Yeah.
That's the first thought every morning when you wake up, no doubt.
And yet somehow you were able to pull together. But you said it in your posts a lot, like, now Mama Bear's coming after you.
Yeah.
That's right.
You became activated. Like, the worst thing is when you activate somebody, and then now you have Gia, who is completely motivated to get it out there.
You're going to be in the Miami Herald, no?
I am.
Yeah.
Look
Next
at that.
Thursday. I was there yesterday with them.
Awesome.
That's what's great. And naturally, we're all still 25, but
I wish.
you're right. But at whatever age we are, which we will not mention, you're about to go to a 10-year-old birthday party.
I am.
Yay!
He's my step grandson. I'm taking him to a 10-year-old birthday party. Yes.
Nice.
Oh God.
Oh,
So
I'm
the
dropping
thing
him off and picking him up.
you haven't done this stuff for a while. Do you
Right,
feel?
and now here I am. Let me tell you, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. I have a 10-year-old. It is not
I'm
easy.
exhausted.
Yeah.
I literally go to bed at 8 o'clock. I mean, that's it.
No.
I'm exhausted all the time.
If I didn't go to bed early, I wake up at 3:30, between 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah.
every day, and I'd rather not, but I do.
Right.
And my body goes like this to me. All right, I'll wake up, but you're not going to stand very well. And then I start, my bones are like pop, pop, click, click. And then
I have a shot glass in my cabinet, and the night before I put 2 ibuprofen and 2 Tylenol in it, in a shot glass in the morning. That's the first thing I do every morning. Because
Yes.
it's in a shot glass, but it's Tylenol and ibuprofen. What's so bad?
Right.
Yeah, well, look, actually, acetaminophen and ibuprofen are
Together,
good.
good.
Well, they attack the pain receptors from a different angles, and I was taught that by people who were trying to create ways to not use opiates to cure
Yep.
pain.
Yeah.
As was I. That's exactly where I learned it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So,
My doctor taking you off.
So there is an alternative.
there are alternatives,
There is there's always an alternative.
and that's what we're going to celebrate. We're also going to celebrate hashtag the Fight For Elexis.
Yeah.
And well, you had me at restraining order. So,
Part 2?
oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah, that's. So I mean,
That's great.
I am so proud of you because
Thank
you and I
Yeah,
have been
Jay.
talking from the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
You're a
appreciate
warrior.
it. Thank you.
So there is something about Italian moms. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say
Yes.
it. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, you should.
I did because I'm smart. But I think there's. I mean, you listen. You got it, and you just know that we are obviously in your corner. You know you're a friend to the show now, and
Yeah.
you know your family. You know your family, and you're welcome back on. So I guess that's it for us today.
Yes.
Gia, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on.
much, Gia.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you,
party.
guys.
Enjoy the birthday party.
You know, those rides, they're not for us. They're for the 10-year-olds. You know that. just to
Bye,
let you know.
guys.
know.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, folks. I am Benny, the life coach,
I am Theresa D.
and we're out of here.
We're out.